Hello guys, it's Shark121 bringing you some more Dragon Age Inquisition. I am happy, very goddamn happy to say that I got the keep to work, I got my data in, so now we've got a good world. I did have to start over and make a new character, but there's virtually no difference. I did spend a little more time in the character creation, so he might look a little different, but regardless, it's all good now. But we're going to go through a couple more conversations. While I was wandering here, I did find a couple others we could speak with. So I'm going to do that. But there's a couple dialogues I didn't want you guys to miss, even though I was so happy to see them.
Yes?
Let's see. Where was it?
You seem to know a great many people.
Uh-huh.
I have made friends. And
Yes.
I've made enemies. It's unavoidable.
Here we go. This is what I wanted to see.
You have a history with the Warden who ended the Blight, don't you?
I count him among my closest friends. I still write to him for advice when I can. He hasn't replied to my letters in some time. I try not to worry about it. He can take care of himself.
I love it.
They say you spent some time with Lothar. Did you know the champion?
We spoke a few times. I seldom left the Chantry, and we never became more than casual acquaintances. I saw more of the Hawk twins. Bethany in particular. She would spend time in meditation at the Chantry. And she seemed to like my stories. The other one, the young man,
Carver.
he was a little surly. I did encounter the champion again later in Kirkwall. Those were terrible times.
Was this when the Chantry was destroyed?
No, that happened later. But even then, the news coming out of Kirkwall was disheartening. There were some in Val Royeaux who wanted the Divine to declare an exalted march on Kirkwall. Justina sent me there to see if that could be avoided, to gather evidence to calm those agitating for war. I guess it didn't matter in the end.
We can
Oh,
continue this.
I love it so much. You guys honestly have no idea how happy I was to see that it finally loaded up. Seriously, this is great. I was so disheartened before, but now I am quite jubilant. This is perfect. Varric, what's up, buddy?
Need something?
Yes. Tell me about Hawk.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Oh, look at this. What are you doing? The hell are you doing? Doing a little dance jive there, buddy? Trying to get taller or shorter? I'm not sure.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Merrill decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the Raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now.
Shit.
I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's little sister is in the Free Marches, helping some of the other survivors from the Kirkwall Circle. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
God, I love it. Tell me more.
Something?
Yes.
I've read your Tale of the Champion.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
That's interesting. I wonder what... I mean, I can get why he doesn't want to know, but I wonder if Anders actually ended up cutting ties with a bunch of people. I mean, back in Dragon Age 2, and we'll see that when I get to that Let's Play of it, but I really wonder if his friendships got cut even worse with some of the other people. Like, you know, Varric, for instance, here. Let's see. Orsino... Orsino's fate made no sense. Huh.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
Must have been.
There is no way Hawk really could have killed the Arishok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently, the Arishok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Huh.
Carry on.
Interesting. Well, at least we don't have to worry about that, because that was something I was definitely worried with in Dragon Age 2, was that the Kunari might come knocking on our doorstep.
That great breach not to be caused by the
But, thankfully it sounds like the Kunari don't want war any more than we do. That's the last thing we need right now. But yeah, here we go. We've got Cullen here, and over there by those dummies, you can see her standing perfectly still is Cassandra. So, let's talk to Cullen first. What's up?
You there. With a shield in your hand, log with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work, I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, apparently we can have a relationship with him, but I'd rather not.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late.
Oh yeah.
There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Okay, cool. Can I keep... Yeah, good. I can keep talking to him a little bit more. Sweet. Cullen, we're not done.
Something you needed.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, there's so much. Or, come on! I don't want to get with Cullen.
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
That breach.
How do you like working with Leliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods. She's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Liliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
Huh.
I should let you get back to work.
Nope.
Yes?
Let's see. Let's see.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Okay. Holy crap.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
I'm sure. I mean, God.
The Templars take vows. I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of Lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
Okay.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here.
Good.
Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
That's understandable.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
You know, I bet if you had a mage hero of Ferelden, he would have mentioned that, because if memory serves right, I believe he was in Dragon Age Origins, and he was at the circle there, I believe.
The Templars and mages never speak to each other.
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy.
Whoa.
Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Another time, then.
Okay, let me just make sure that there's nothing else to talk with him about. Not that. Colleagues,
I should get to know you better. We're working
oh,
together.
right, whoops.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
What the hell? Had to act for Ferelden, my esteemed lady Sedona. What the hell is this? Lifting forward responsible for our behavior of late. What the hell? Where? Regrettably, my dear daughter is the. Huh. Brother Bernard.
I grew up in Ferelden.
Fuck was that?
I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Okay, that was weird.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
I was
Did
right.
you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower.
Yes.
The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
Yeah, you got possessed or something for a little bit, I think.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
Damn it.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her.
Yeah, you did.
I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time, then.
Ah, cool. I think that's about all we got for Cullen, right?
Did you need something?
Let's see. If no.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
What this?
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
Okay, yeah, we're good.
I should let you get back to work.
Okay, cool. One more person to talk to, and then we can move on. Cassandra! So, and I found out that, because I looked up who you could romance, if you're a human male, apparently she's the only female, at least in your party, that you can romance, so, yeah. We'll give it a shot. Why not? We don't know anything about her, so, yeah, let's be flirtatious at least.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
Well, neither do I.
thought you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
Game. Uh-oh. Oh boy, hold on a minute. Let me see if this will fix it. Sometimes it does. Oh shit. No! Why? Hold on. This might fix it. Oh, fuck. That sucks ass. Why? Fucker. Wait.
Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can.
Okay.
After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them.
That's a great dummy shot.
I only pray the price is not too high.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but thankfully it didn't bug out too bad.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
Whoa. Damn. Suddenly all my actual relationships are coming together. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Oh, yeah, that was... God, suddenly had a flashback to a couple of past relationships. No, crap. Damn it, Cassandra. Alright, let's keep talking to her.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I don't know. Make something up. Yeah, let's just tell her. Let's be curt.
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Almost wherever I am. I hated it. Eventually. If I had a choice. None of your business. Yeah.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
Alright, let's see. So, let's ask her about her. Girls like that.
You better.
You would?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I'm kind of worried though, because I know, I think if you pursued a relationship before it was ready to be pursued, it kind of went negatively, but fuck it, let's give it a chance.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Oh, see?
As you wish.
I knew it.
My name is Cassandra Pendergast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line to the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
Huh.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pendergasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting,
Cool.
but few actually pursue the craft.
Oh.
Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
You had a brother. Yeah, tell me about that.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Damn. Okay.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi.
A death mage.
Whoa.
Still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Sounds like some kind of shit out of mummy.
So you were the right hand to the Divine.
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker.
Well, tell me.
I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life.
What?
My reward was becoming her right hand.
What? No, go into detail.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of?
Well,
It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
yeah, I want to hear about the full story.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yes!
It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
Sure.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand. and they are forgotten.
Yeah, what became of the mages?
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and Most Holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conclave.
Oh boy. See, again, there's another option, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get disapproval, so we're gonna play it safe this time. Although, watch this be the one. Jeez.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Alright, let's just make sure that,
Do you need something?
let's see, anything, yeah, okay, tell me about yourself, Seekers, Chantry.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
What the hell?
So the Seekers commanded the Templars?
No, the Order didn't assume command until after the rebellion. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Huh.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control, considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, but that depends on the individual.
Well, what are your gifts?
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame.
What?
Both mages and Templars bend before my will.
Holy shit.
Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Jeez, somehow I get the feeling you're gonna get it. Or show up somewhere here. That'd be crazy. But actually, I think that might be referencing. I think there was a movie, some digital animated movie called The Seeker, or Rise of the Seeker, something revolving Seeker. So that might actually be what that's referencing. I know there's a bunch of references to the books and whatnot too, but anyway.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth.
Like a Jedi.
We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, separation from all distractions, including other people.
You are Jedi!
We empty ourselves of all emotion.
Yeah!
Focusing only on the purity of our devotion.
Holy fuck!
And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Delirious.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons?
Yeah.
I'm told it is impossible, however.
Oh.
I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.